A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kavya, your host for tonight. On behalf of CRN and UBM India, it's a great pleasure to welcome all of you. We are gathered here to present the 10th edition of CRN Channel Champions, the awards that are chosen by the channels, for the channels, and of the channels. Based on a comprehensive and exhaustive channel satisfaction survey, the objective of CRN Channel Champion Awards is to recognize the channel-focused IT companies that have helped the channels grow and do a profitable business. This through a combination of strong channel policies and management of channel expectations and aspirations. The CRN Channel Champions has a rich tradition for over 19 years. It was first conducted in 1992 by the CRN US edition. Today, the CRN Channel Champions is held around 11 countries globally. In India, the awards are being held from the year 2001. The esteemed presence of all of you dignitaries here at this ceremony clearly demonstrates the credibility and the reputation that the CRN Channel Champion Awards enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure in welcoming Mr. Dhaval Walia, the Executive Editor of CRN, to kindly come on stage and provide an insight on what makes the CRN Channel Champion Awards so rigorous and comprehensive.
Are you on? Oh, okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm just going to make a short presentation taking you through, how we arrive at CRN Channel Awards, Channel Champion Awards. So, we've been doing it, as Kavya said, we've been doing it, this is the 10th edition, and we've been trying to cover as many categories, as possible. So if you look at it, we've added three new categories this time more. Last year we had 22, 25 this time. Unique respondents, these are essentially channel organizations who take the survey. Total votes polled, which essentially means that a unique respondent, a channel organization, could actually end up voting for 5 categories that he deals in. He provides solution rounds or he resells. Our coverage has improved to 147 cities. This is a completely online survey. We invite channel partners to take the survey, completely open-ended. Now let me just take you to the different segments we cover under the Channel Champion. Of course, we cover the entire spectrum of the channels. So there is a consumer channel that we cover, which in turn means we do a channel satisfaction for the component channel as well as the consumer products. Now here what we have is essentially 11 categories. This year we merged the 2 categories, netbook and notebook, and the coverage here is the maximum. So we have an online survey where companies are invited, channel organizations are invited to take the poll, and it's an open-ended questionnaire. They judge their vendors on this criteria. There are sub-questions to each of the criteria. I'll come to that later. But these are primarily the criteria, 7 criteria for the component and consumer products. These are the demographics for this year's survey. So if you see, an interesting fact is that a lot of votes came from Class C cities. Now, everyone's got a different definition of what a Class C city is or a Class B city is. This is for the consumer and the component segment. Class C city for us are all the cities that are million, which has a population of million and less. So the top 40 cities, all the cities minus the top 40 cities, right? So if you see, a large chunk of respondents came from for the consumer and component came from Class B cities. Class C cities, only 20%, which are the top 8 cities, by the way. The 4 metros and then Ahmedabad. And yeah, so this is the commercial products. Total of 14. We've increased 5 new. We've added 5 new categories. So software application is a new category we've added. Virtualization. Networking, we've broken up into SMB and enterprise, and infrastructure management software, thin clients. These are the demographics. We've increased the number of votes and also the coverage by about 5 cities. Now, commercial products, have a couple of extra parameters. For example, training and certification and channel marketing and pre-sales support, because pre-sales support is very important there. These are the demographics. If you look at it, a large chunk still comes from Class C cities. But there's a large chunk of partners voting here. So we do it completely online. What we do is we approach associations, channel associations, premier channel associations, and ask them to encourage their partners to vote, their members to vote. So that is one part of it. We do our own telecalling EDM activities, call up partners to take votes, channel organizations to take vote. Completely open-ended. I've got a lot of questions saying, why does my company doesn't appear in this final list? One of the things is that we don't ask people to choose from a list. It's an open-ended field. You can fill up any category or vendor name that you do business with. As I said, one of the criteria is we asked most of the guys, choose the vendor that you do most business for or most business of. And 1 vote per company per category, which essentially means that if the leader of a channel organization is voting for networking, and if he votes for a certain company, he cannot vote for any other company in that category. Yeah, so this kind of drills down to the sub-parameters, right? Price performance, what does it include? So product features, quality, reliability, price, so in commercial segment, special prices is also one element that is, important in terms of price. We talk about availability. As I said, whether under-distributed, over-distributed. I think over-distribution is one aspect, every vendor and channel partner is wary of. In commercial category, we look at the delivery lead times for, products, back-to-back products. Yep. So this is essentially the other parameters that we have. Yeah, this is a very important thing, the channel policy and management. I think that has a lot of sub-parameters where we ask people in terms of the processes, the systems, and the people, right? The people element is very strong at the local level, escalation mechanism, the kind of response you get, the kind of turnaround you have, the sensitivity to partner issues or customer issues. I think those are very important issues that we ask people. Right. So one of the things, we get a lot of, you'll be surprised when we plot our survey, you'll be surprised to see the number of brands that are there. A lot of us are not even aware of those brands. In the interior, there's a brand called Enter, which is very popular in Gujarat, in some of the cities in Gujarat, and I wasn't aware of it, in the peripheral segment. So there are so many smaller brands that we are not aware of. So what we essentially do is, we have a threshold. So any company which is voting, who get 10% or more votes, they're only eligible to be in the final list, right? So I've indicated this by the example in terms of how it works. Yeah, the last point is very important. We plot the qualitative thing, okay? And then we do a rigorous qualitative interviews. A lot of partners who are sitting here would vouch for the fact that they've been troubled for almost 15 to 20 days, where they get simultaneous phone calls from our reporters asking them about the categories they voted for, right? Kedar would be here. I'm sure a lot of people, and it was supposed to be March. So, everyone was busy closing their books or, going out and then striking as many deals they could for the year ending. Yeah. Now, I just wanted to share, I mean, the results are there for you to see. It's been published in the two issues, the component and the consumer category as in a separate edition of CRN. The commercial products, which is the enterprise SMB product line, in another this thing. So those results are for you to see. Now, this is our takeaway. This is how I've interpreted, what partners are seeking. Have consistent vendor policies. I think this has essentially become a very, very I would say, a key anxiety point for the partners because a lot of things are happening externally. There's a cloud, people are talking about cloud, people are talking about revamping the channels, people are talking about telco channels, on the enterprise, on the retail. So for an IT partner, he's a little confused, okay? And so they essentially want, so I think this is a reflection of that, my vendors are changing their policies, very frequently. This again, I mean, this has been there for very many years. Transparency in channel management policies, so deal registration, account mapping, management. This another element. I think 2 years of slowdown. I think there's an increasing focus on profitability. We have spoken to a lot of partners where they said, no focus on top line, focus on bottom line. And I think that is one big, takeaway from this survey. Another thing, over-distribution, having more partners in one geography, that is again becoming a problem because that eventually leads to over-distribution, inconsistent MOPs. Yeah, maintain market operating price. I mean, it's always a challenge for everyone sitting in this room. I think the another point I wanted to highlight is cost-effective training and certification. And I don't think partners are saying that training needs to be, the training programs that they run and the cost associated with it needs to be brought down. But vendors need to go out and tell them, how do I make this count? If I've spent X amount training a person, how do I make it count when I go to the customer? Okay, how can I gain credibility out of certification that I've invested in? Yeah, I think this another element comes from the Class B and Class C cities. The problem is that they find themselves completely, clueless about, what if the local service center is not equipped to handle post-sales issue. They absolutely have no escalation metrics. Okay, the customer toll-free number, is not accessible to them. In South, there are language issues, so communication problem is. There's also a translation gap. So when I'm registering a complaint, okay, I have absolutely no clue, what the person is interpreting on the other side and what is writing, and then eventually when I get a response, it's not satisfactory. So I think that is a very important, yeah. So I think I have spoken about this a couple of years back. I think it's always good to, revisit the basics. I mean, revise your basics. I mean, in bad times, good times, this is a good policy. This is what it is. I mean, end of it. Channels, I mean, if you want channels to be happy, commitment, decide the commitment area, consistency. So this is a little bit Freudian, and this too. I think communication, again, as I said, somewhere I think the vendor community, has to ensure that there is a clear communication going to Class B and Class C cities. I think that is probably the biggest challenge. A consistent communication going, the right communication going, and regular communication going. So that brings me an end, and I hope, we have a fantastic award ceremony. And I'm going to wish all the winners, beforehand, congratulations. So could we have Kavya on stage? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dhaval, for sharing the process. And I'm sure after hearing all this, especially the insight about the methodology, the winners will certainly be feeling proud, considering that these awards are based on a very comprehensive process. I can also see that the winners are really anxious and eager to hold their well-deserved trophies. So without further ado, let's start the presentation. Considering that this is a Channel Satisfaction Awards, it is appropriate that the awards are presented by the channel partners, equal stakeholders in the process. Hence, we have invited leading partners to present the Channel Champion trophies. We will start with the presentation of the commercial segment, which consists of the enterprise and the SMB product categories. So the first category, ladies and gentlemen, in the commercial product segment is PC. To present this award, let me invite Mr. Krishnan Jayashankar, Managing Director, Ingram Micro India. The Channel Champion 2010 in the commercial PC category is Hewlett Packard. And may I call upon Mr. Sunil Dutt, Vice President, Personal Systems Group, Hewlett Packard, to receive the award. Gentlemen, Hewlett Packard was voted the Channel Champion in this category last year as well. Congratulations, Mr. Dutt. May I please have you back again on stage to speak a few words to our audience?
I think what Dhaval just mentioned a while back in terms of some of the challenges which a lot of channel partners would face would be this whole information overkill as well as the whole innovation which is taking place constantly and having to keep up with, trying to get up that learning curve. And therefore, I completely appreciate the great point about training and constant communication and clarity in that communication. So I think when I received the award, I would say this is the testimony of the fact that HP has always been pretty focused on these aspects insofar as our channel is concerned and our channel partners is concerned. And my sincere thanks to all the channel partners who have always shown repeatedly the confidence in HP and the fact that, we stand by the channel all the time. So this thanks actually goes to all the partners who supported us all the time in achieving all these, I would say, not just awards, but some of the successes out there in the market. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dutt, and thank you, Mr. Jayashankar. Well, the next category, ladies and gentlemen, is the work group printer. To give away the trophy, may I welcome Mr. Vinod Mulchandani, CEO, RV Computers. The Channel Champion in the work group printer category is Hewlett Packard. May I call on stage Mr. Neeraj Sharma, President, Imaging and Printing Group, Hewlett Packard, to receive the award. Congratulations, Mr. Sharma. We'd like to hear from you.
Good evening. First of all, thank you, CRN. And I must say, Dhaval, when you put in some of the messages up there, I think they are a very strong reinforcement of the way we run our business. They remind us that these are some of the operating policies that we should go. So I think it was a very good reminder. On behalf of HP, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the CRN team. In terms of the way they do it, it's getting, there is more depth coming to it, there's more transparency coming in, so thank you, CRN. Obviously, our deep gratitude to the channel. We are, they are like extended family to us, and of course, we do ensure and commit that we will continue our commitment with the channel. So thank you to the channel team, and obviously, we look forward to continue our leadership in this category. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, and thank you, Mr. Mulchandani. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category is server. To present the award, I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Cherian Thomas, Director, Wistek Systems Technologists. And the channel champion in this category is IBM. I'd like to call upon Mr. Anup Nambiar, Country Manager, Business Partner Organization, IBM, to kindly come up and receive the award. UBM is winning the award for the second consecutive year. So congratulations, Mr. Nambia. We'd like to hear from you.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. First of all, thanks to CRN. This is a great feeling. This is the second in a row for us. We would like to continue and make it a hat trick next year. And like I said last time too, which I remember clearly, I think the CRN is a kind of a conscience keeper and a feedback mechanism for us, which you know, during the interviews, during the published reports which comes in the magazine, which gives us an insight as to what the channel partners are thinking about our policies, about our programs, and yes, of course, on the profitability of and the other aspects of the business. So it keeps us challenging and it keeps us on the toes to ensure that we come up to the expectation of the channel partners, and which we have consciously strived to. And this is, I would say, a reflection of the efforts what we have put in, and I really want to thank all the partners. Some of them are present here for bestowing this accolade on us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Nambia, and thank you, Mr. Thomas. The next award in the commercial category is Network Storage. To present the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Deepak Jadhav, CEO, VDA Info Solutions, on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for this category is EMC. And to receive the award, I'd like to request Mr. Alok Tandon, Director, Partner and Alliances, EMC, to kindly come over and collect the trophy. Gentlemen, it is the third consecutive year that EMC has won in the network storage category. Congratulations, Mr. Tandon. We'd like to hear a few words from you, sir.
This is the third time that we have been getting this award. I must thank all the partners for giving us the support for the last 3 years. It's really been a privilege and honor to receive this award on behalf of all of you. Thank you so much, and the challenge for us now is how to take this lead forward, going forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Tandon, and thank you, Mr. Jadhav, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next category, which is the enterprise networking. Now, this year, we have divided the networking category into two, that is SMB networking and enterprise networking. To present the award, may I invite Mr. Kedar Shah, CEO, Nirmal Datacom. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for this category is Cisco. And I'd like to call on stage Mr. B. Raghavendran, the Vice President and Head, Partner Organization Cisco, to receive the Channel Champion 2010 trophy. Consecutive year that Cisco has won this award. So, Mr. Raghavendran, we'd love to hear from you.
It's a pleasant surprise and honor to receive this award from Kedar, because I'm used to giving this award to Kedar most of the time. So, thanks, Kedar, for recognizing us. So, it's an important week for us, basically, because last week of our quarter. Moreover than that, it's 2 years back that I moved into this role, and it's the third CRN function that I'm attending. The first time I attended was just when I took over this role, and we somehow missed this category. We didn't get it. But, it's an honor for us that for the last 2 years, we've been getting this category. And, thank you, UBM, thanks, CRN, and all our channel partners for giving us this recognition. And looking at all those criteria and parameters that Dhaval put, I think those are very key for any vendor and its partners, right? And this recognition, in fact, reinstills the confidence and endorses some of our programs and strategies that we have rolled out in the marketplace. So thank you, CRN, thanks partners, and thanks, Kedar, for this award.
Thank you, Mr. Raghavendran, and thank you, Mr. Shah. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category of award is the SMB networking. To present the award, may I invite Mr. Harinder Salwan, Managing Director, Tricom Multimedia and Secretary, Infotech Software Dealers Association, ISODA, on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for this category is D-Link. And I'd like to call upon stage Mr. Gary Yang, Managing Director, D-Link, to kindly come over and receive the channel champion 2010 trophy. Congratulations, Mr. Yang. The audience would be delighted to hear from you.
Good evening, everybody. So firstly, we'd like to thank you for UPM and CRN to organize this event. So D-Link also continuously receive the awards for many years. And of course, we are also very committed to the Indian market. So our investment and also for the new solution and the enhance the support to our customer and channels. So I also want to thank you for the support from partners so we can receive the awards and also the effort from D-Link team. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yang, and thank you, Mr. Salvan. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category is structured cabling. To present the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Dhaval Walia, Executive Editor, CRN, to kindly come on stage. The channel champion for this category is DigiLink. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. K.R. Nayak, Chairman and Managing Director, SmartLink Network Systems, to receive the channel champion 2010 trophy. Gentlemen, this is the fourth time in a row that DigiLink is winning the most preferred crown in the structured cabling category. Congratulations, Mr. Naik. I request you to say a few words.
So good evening. And first of all, thank you very much for conducting such channel awards. I think this is an opportunity for me to talk a little bit about you all know me very well. Probably you know me as a D-Link, right? It was almost now 20 years. And I used to tell always, it's a routine to getting an award in D-Link. I used to tell the old, he's no more now, Mr. Ken Cow. This has become something routine to us. And he was also worried whether it is really people are doing in the right way or we are doing some of the wrong way. And this DigiLink, we just introduced around 7 years back. And today, I think last time also we got many times, right? It's become usual. The reason is channel. If you have a channel, you can go for anything. This is a Indian brand, and we are going to take it worldwide, and today it is given to Schneider. So the people recognize even Indian brand. I'm sure that what you need is channel, and I'm very much thankful for CRN that you are doing such things and recognizing the channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nayak. We totally appreciate that spirit there. Wonderful insights there. And thank you, Mr. Walia, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now move on to the next category, which is the client security. To present the award, may I invite Mr. Paresh Shah, CEO, PH Tech Now, and Treasurer, ISODA, on stage. The channel champion for this category is Symantec. I'd like to request Mr. Anand Nayak, Director, Technology Sales, Symantec, to kindly come on stage and receive the trophy. Congratulations, Mr. Naik. I request you to say a few words for us.
Good evening to all of you. On behalf of Team Symantec, I would like to thank CRN and the channel community for bestowing this award onto us. This is an endorsement of the fact that as a 100% channel-driven organization, which we are, the partners clearly recognize our contribution and our commitment. Some of the points that you put up on the board, on the presentation chart, we completely endorse those views. And as Team Symantec, we would like to further commit our consistency and our improvement on experience that you have been enjoying over the years. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Naik, and thank you, Mr. Shaw. The next category is network security. And to give away the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Devesh Agarwal, CEO, CompuSoft, and President, ISODA, on stage. All right, okay, so. All right, so we have Mr. Kailash over here, the publisher and director, UBM India, to kindly do the honors. So, ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for this category is Checkpoint. And I'd like to request Mr. Bhaskar Bhaktavatsulu, Regional Director, Checkpoint, to kindly come on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, carrying on from 2009, Checkpoint continues to be the most preferred brand in network security. So, Mr. Bhaskar, you would want to tell us how.
I have to thank the whole partner community. Without them, this wouldn't have been with us. And this also shows consistently last 2 years. We've been awarded, and thanks once again, Dhaval. As you said, we have a three-dimensional approach, whether it's products or whether it's our process. People, process, policies, and enforcement. And I think that's the way it has to go. And thank you once again for giving us an opportunity. And we hope we'll make a hat-trick and consistently.
Thank you, Mr. Bhaskar, and thank you, Mr. Kailash. We seem to see a lot of enthusiasm on that side, which is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category tonight is the commercial UPS, and to announce the winner, I'd like to invite Mr. Suresh Ramani, CEO, Tech Gyan, on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for this category is APC. And I'd like to call on stage Mr. Gaurav Burman, Director, Transactional Business, APC, to receive the Channel Champion 2010 trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third year in a row that APC has won this award. So congratulations, Mr. Burman. Can we hear something more from you?
Yeah, the CRN awards really represent the gold standard as far as the IT channel is concerned. And it's extremely gratifying and humbling to receive this award for the second or the third time in succession. So thank you very much, CRN. We think you're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. And a big thank you to the channel partner community. I think in our present avatar as Schneider Electric, the number of brands have increased, the shape and form of the organization has increased. But the one thing which will continue unabated is our commitment to keep improving, our commitment to keep supporting the channel. So we'll aim to improve this next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burman. And thank you, Mr. Ramani. The next category is software application, which has been introduced in the Channel Champion survey for the first time. To present the trophy, I'd like to invite Mr. Vikram Seth, CEO, Software at Work, on stage. The channel champion for this category is Tally. And I'd like to request Mr. Ram Prakash, the president, Tally, to kindly come over and receive the award. Congratulations, Mr. Ram. Can I request you to say a few words?
First of all, thank you for introducing this category in Channel Awards. I believe that India didn't even understand what software distribution meant until we took it up as a lone ranger to distribute it all across the country. Most of the points which Dhaval indicated, I think we've been the forerunner in this. We've taken this on ourselves to take this forward. It's been a tough call because the piracy rate or unauthorized user rate is very high. And we believe that with the growth of India, the software will become one of the key factors among our wonderful partners who supported us for the last 20 years, especially for a homegrown product coming out of the Silicon City of India, Bangalore, and continuing to be the leader to go forward. What you have seen some points as channel distribution points. We will improve upon it year on year and remain the leader in this category. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ram. And thank you, Mr. Said. Another category, ladies and gentlemen, to be introduced in the Channel Champions survey for the first time is virtualization. To give away the trophy, I'd like to invite Mr. Kailash Shirodkar, the publisher and director, UBM India. The channel champion for this category is VMware. And I'd like to request Mr. T. Srinivasan, Managing Director, India and SARC, VMware, to kindly come over and receive the trophy. You to speak few words for us.
Good evening. Thanks to Kailash, Dhaval, and the others for organizing this. This, as the previous recipient said, it's a first-time presentation for the virtualization category, and we are quite confident that this category will see more action as the years roll by. I accept this award on behalf of my team, who's worked very hard with all the channel partners to make this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasan, and thank you, Mr. Shirodkar. Another new category to be introduced in the Channel Champion survey for the first time is infrastructure management software. Now, over the past few years, many leading Tier 2 VARs have been making significant investments in creating strong managed services portfolio, and that has been the reason to introduce this category in the survey. So to announce the winner, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Ajay Sawant, Managing Director, Orient Technologies. And the channel champion for this category, ladies and gentlemen, is Kaseya. I'd like to request Mr. Nanda Kumar, Vice President, Sales, Kaseya, to kindly come over and receive the Channel Champion 2010 trophy. Mr. Kumar, would you say a few words for us, please?
Thanks to Dhaval recognizing us as a category first, and thank the channel, Indian channel, where they have been doing business with a profits, where we come across to them and go them and ask them to invest money and tell them saying that you would see profits after 3 years. Okay, that's what we keep on telling other people. So the entire channel here, most of the guys who have known us in different whatever functions and other things. So recognizing us, giving an award, it is a really great one. In last 8 or 10 years, there are a lot of companies which have come in this space and maybe gone. So we are just in 3 years. So made a good impact, and this shows. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar, and thank you, Mr. Savan. The last category in the commercial product segment is thin client. To announce a winner, I'd like to invite Mr. Devashi Butch, Director, Omnitech Info Solutions, on stage. And the channel champion for this category is Hewlett-Packard. I'd like to request Mr. Sunil Dutt, Vice President, Personal Systems Group, Hewlett-Packard, to kindly come on stage and receive the trophy. Maybe later? All right, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the awards presentation for the enterprise and SMB category products. Before we move to the consumer and the component category of products, I would like to invite Mr. Alok Tandon, Director, Partner and Alliances, India and SARC, EMC, to briefly share with us the various new partner and technology initiatives that the company is undertaking. EMC is one of the sponsoring partners that have made this awards presentation ceremony possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Tandon.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And it's the third time that really we got this award, and we really feel proud of that. Uh, while Salil was giving this presentation on how the surveys were done, and actually I was trying to link that what we have been doing inside AMC for the channel community. While the parameters that was talked about is how your policies are, what your documentation, what the 4 Cs that we talked about. But fundamentally, if you really ask me, it comes down to one point, and that is the trust. So if we can, somehow or the other, with our actions, gather the trust of the partners, I think that's where the success lies. At AMC, our policies are under the Velocity Agreement, Velocity Partner Program, which is there. And we have been trying to very consistent into that. It's policies which are well available, and we, in the websites and everywhere, very well documented. And we really see that how the partners, we can be more transparent with them. So fundamentally, it's all about transparency, it's about consistency, it's about how well we execute what we have said, what our intentions and what we really execute. At AMC, the success of us is because of partners. I mean, at our bank business, from the business perspective, 95% of our business happens through the partners. So obviously, we are successful only when the partners are successful. For that, we try to do in our best possible framework of the policies, how well we can educate, train, and enable the partners. We keep on doing quarter after quarters, in cities after cities, programs running for the partners. Like very recently, we launched some 41 new products to our solutions, which we are offering to the customers. So it enabled all the partners who really, we wanted to do them, and we went through in a very meticulous way of doing that. We also try to listen to the partners. I mean, one of the fundamentals that we always see that is how well we can listen to the partners and actively listen to them and come out with those policies with a small tweaking that we can do it so that it becomes beneficial for the partners. And I mean, I would only say that it's a trust fundamentally which you need to build it up with your partners. I mean, there are real assets, and we need to go forward. I know I'm making this speech to all the people who are the champions on their own lines, but really it has been my privilege to share some of my views, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Tandon. We have another brief presentation from Mr. Kailash Kotkar, the MD, Quick Heal. Now, Quick Heal is also one of the sponsoring partners for today's function. Quick Heal has carved its name in the antivirus market, which has largely been dominated by multinational companies. So Mr. Kotkar today will briefly talk about Quick Heal's new initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Kailash Kotkar, the Managing Director, Quick Heal.
Good evening, all of you. Thanks, CRN, for giving me opportunity to stand in front of you and give some brief idea about a Quick Heal. I really feel very proud for taking this Quick Heal to this level. I remember when I started this company as a PC maintenance and thought of developing an antivirus software, which is a homely developed product. And if you look at when it comes to software products, it has always been products are all from Western countries, and hardly there are some products from India. And when I was talking to all my friends, everyone used to say that it will be very tough for you to, developing a home-based product and taking to such level. But I kept my dreams, that strong, and I thank my younger brother Sanjay, whom I roped in this business when I was doing this PC maintenance and being a software developer. he could develop this product, Quickil antivirus software. This first version was launched in year 1995, and the first version of Quickil was fully developed by a single person, that was Sanjay Katkar, without any development team. And slowly, then we started adding development team, and the product has grown to such a level. Today, the Quickil has become #1 here in India. We have worked on to develop this software on quality point of view as well as the channel development, and we have seen ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs, and today Quickil has come to this level. Recently, we have taken investment from Sequoia company. And today, when I see this, Quickil is known as a strong Indian brand here in India. Now we are looking forward to take this Quickil brand globally. And I would like to thank all my channel partners, all my Quickil team for making this success of Quickil. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to get back to the exciting awards presentation ceremony. The next set of awards are for consumer and component product segments. In all, we have 11 Channel Champion winners in this segment. The first category under the consumer product segment is the consumer desktop. To present this award, let me call on stage Mr. Ketan Patel, CEO, Creative Peripheral and Distribution. The channel champion for consumer desktop category is Acer. May I call upon Mr. Siddharth Jatania, National Sales Manager, Transaction Business, Acer, to receive the Channel Champion 2010 trophy. Time that Acer has been chosen as the most preferred consumer desktop vendor. Now that's an amazing achievement by the team.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Jatania. A few words, please.
Thanks, UBM. Thanks, CRN. And million thanks to my consumer partners for making us eligible for the award. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jatania, and thank you, Mr. Patel. We'll now move on to our next category, which is the Consumer Mobile PC. And to present the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Anil Jagasia, Director, Savix Computers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this year the netbook and the notebook categories have been combined under the mobile PC category. So the channel champion for Consumer Mobile PC category is Hewlett-Packard. I'd like to invite Mr. Sunil Dutt, Vice President, Personal Systems Group, Hewlett-Packard, to kindly come over and receive the award. Congratulations, sir, and you promised you'll be sharing a few words with us, so.
I think for this award, yeah, I do have a few words to say. And first of all, I would like to express my thanks to Dhaval and CRN, because some time back, about 18 months ago, we had done a lot of changes in our channel structure. And CRN and Dhaval were the first ones to have actually recognized the benefits behind that. And moving forward, I think this is a testimony to the fact that all the parameters which were spoken about, whether it was about transparency, it was about consistency of the policies, it was about profitability for the channel, and a whole lot of other parameters. So I think we worked pretty hard on all those parameters to ensure that each of those pieces we got right. And it gives me a lot of sense of satisfaction to receive this award, because this is a testimony of the fact that channel is satisfied with the kind of work that we've done. We've gone through a phase of belief and non-belief and back to belief. So I think it's a very happy moment for us and for me personally to receive this award. And while, for HP, for our commercial channel, there are very strong partners that we have, and Jay is sitting here and Reddington also. So we have some very strong partners who are leading that effort for us. And for our consumer business, our partners like Anil, from whom I just received the award, and some of the others who are not present here, who are helping us take some of these initiatives to the rest of the channel, and to the partners who have recognized us for this. Thank you very much for all of that. Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again, sir, and thank you, Mr. Jagasia, for doing the honors. The next is the printer category for Soho and consumers. To give away this award, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Praveen Dhoka, CEO, Autic Computers and Board of Director, Traders Association for Information Technology, TATE. The channel champion for the consumer printer category is Hewlett-Packard. And may I call upon on stage Mr. Neeraj Sharma, President, Imaging and Printing Group, Hewlett-Packard, to receive the trophy. May I request you to share a few words with us, please?
Thank you, CRN, again, for this honor. It's a privilege to receive this award again on behalf of HP. Obviously, want to reach out to all the partners who've voted for us. I think this is a very, very interesting space. The consumer space is a space where we feel there is tremendous amount of transformation happening with netbooks, with touch devices, with printers coming on the go. Some of you may be aware that HP announced a printer where you can print devices by just shooting an email. So, this is a category where transformation is going to play a big role, and we look forward to really innovate in the place. So thank you once again, CRN team and our partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, and thank you, Mr. Dhoka. To give away the next category of CRN award, display category is Samsung. I'd like to invite Mr. Conrad Serrao, Regional Head West IT Business, Samsung, on stage to receive the trophy. Please share a few words with us.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Samsung, I'd like to thank the CRN team and all our channel partners here who are present, and also those who are not present. It's very humbling and a great honor for us to receive this award. At Samsung, we always try to strive to ensure that our partners sit on top of the value chain to enable better channel health. And we've been in this business, the panel business, for a long time now. And getting this award after so many years just reinforces the fact that the channel still trusts us and has a lot of faith in us. And going forward, we'd like to, reinforce that trust and faith and extend it to the other categories that we also deal in. So once again, thank you to CRN and all the channel partners who've given us this award. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, Mr. Anand, for doing the honors. The next category is home networking. And to present this trophy, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Rajesh Kothari, CEO, Blue Chip Computers and Chairman, ISODA. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for home networking category is D-Link. And I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Gary Yang, the Managing Director, D-Link, to receive the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time in a row that D-Link is winning this award. Congratulations, Mr. Yang. May I request you to speak a few words once again for us?
Just now I spoke already. So thank you again for the CRN, UPM, D-Link team, and also our partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. That was short and sweet. And thank you, Mr. Kothari. The next is the Consumer and SOHO Antivirus category. To present the award, I'd like to invite Mr. Rishabh Shah, CEO, Graham Information Systems and Vice President, Tate. The channel champion is Quick Heal. May I call upon stage Mr. Kailash Katkar, MD and CEO, Quick Heal, to receive the Channel Champion 2010 award. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time in a row that Quick Heal has won the award in this category. Congratulations, Mr. Katkar. Can we please have you share a few words with us?
Thank you, CRN, for giving us this great trophy for continuous third year in a row. Thanks, channel partner. Thanks, Quick Heal team. With me, Abhijit Zorvekar is here, Vice President, Sales and Marketing. He would like to add some points.
Okay, to answer again, I would definitely like to thank CR on behalf of Quick Heal. Yes, it feels great to have this trophy for the third time. It's like a hat trick. And we really like to thank our channel partners, they've done a wonderful job. And yes, we've been getting excellent feedback from the survey being conducted by CR, and there are a lot of valuable inputs. And yes, I believe we've been implementing most of the policies based on, like whatever was mentioned on the slides a few minutes back. And thanks, Dhaval. It's really a great survey. And one thing we would definitely like to mention is, yes, it's very transparent. That's something we really have been observing about the same. And yes, we are number one in the SOHO segment this year. And yes, we're sure that, soon you will see us next year or maybe in the very near future coming here for taking something on the enterprise category as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Katkar and Mr. Jorvekar, and thank you, Mr. Shah, for doing the honors. The next awards category is for the PC UPS. So let me call on stage Mr. Kailash Shirodkar, the publisher and director, UBM India, to present this award. The channel champion is APC. May I call upon Mr. Gaurav Burman, the Director, Transactional Business APC, to receive the Channel Champion 2010 trophy. Congratulations, Mr. Burman. May I request you to say a few words once again for us?
Thank you. This particular journey about the personal PC UPS began exactly 30 years ago to the week when 3 MIT engineers got together and invented what was pretty much the first UPS in the world back then, the first UPS to be marketed commercially anyway. And the journey began from a little garage, and subsequently APC, as many of us know, became a leading brand in the world, and subsequently, it was sold to Schneider Electric and changed many shapes and forms. I've been associated with the organization for 10 years now, and over the last few years, as the organization has changed direction and focus and grown in so many other areas, there was a huge push towards data centers and corporate solutions. So it was often a very lonely and uphill road to get resources, to get mind share, to get what have you behind this range of products, and to keep the effort alive. So the one thing that was constant and that kept all of us going was the support of the channel, was the steadfastness that was shown by the channel in believing in the brand, because there were many things that weren't quite happening. The latest products weren't coming out. We weren't quite getting the requisite channel support for running programs and so forth. But like I said, this was the one thing that kept us going. And personally for me, this is extremely gratifying. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you, and we promise to keep up the efforts in the future years.
Thank you, Mr. Burman, and thank you, Mr. Shirodkar, for doing the honors. We now move on to the components product segment. The first category of the award is the microprocessor. To present this award, let me call on stage Mr. Champak Raj Gurjar, CEO, Maxstone and Board of Director, Tate. The channel champion for microprocessor category is Intel. And may I call upon Mr. B. Suryanarayanan, Director Sales and Marketing, Intel, to receive the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Intel retains the crown of the most preferred microprocessor company. Congratulations, sir. May I request you to speak a few words for us?
First, good evening and thanks to all the channel partners who continue to work with us and help us getting this award year after year. We will continue to innovate our products, we'll continue to invest in brand, and most importantly, we'll work with the channels and help them grow their business. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir. And thank you, Mr. Gurjar, for doing the honors. The second category in the components segment is the motherboard. To give away the award, I would like to call on stage Mr. Girish Rathod, CEO, Complex Systems and President, Tate. The channel champion is ASUS. May I call on stage Mr. Rohan Kadam, Manager, Corporate Marketing and PR, ASUS, to kindly receive the trophy. Congratulations, Mr. Kadam. We'd love to hear from you.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the entire ASUS component team, I would like to thank CRN and our partners for voting for us on this survey and CRN for conducting it. Motherboards awards are always special to us because irrespective of the large gamut of products we have, motherboards is something we are most known for. So thanks again, thanks to all our partners.
Congratulations, Mr. Kadam, and thank you, Mr. Rathod, for doing the honors. The next category, ladies and gentlemen, is the hard disk drive. And to give away the trophy, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Dushyant Mehta, the Chairman and Managing Director, Media Man Infotech. The channel champion for hard disk drive category is Seagate. May I call upon Mr. Rajesh Khurana, the Country Manager, India and SAARC, Seagate, to receive the award. In succession, Seagate has been chosen as the most preferred hard disk drive vendor. So congratulations to the Seagate team. We'd love to hear from you, sir.
You know, it's really great to receive the award once in a year, but it's really great honor to get it fourth time in so many years. So we at Seagate are really proud of the community, especially the CRN as well as the channel community. Without going further, I just want to thank everybody, and we would strive to get it fifth time in a row, probably next year.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you, Mr. Mehta, for doing the honors. The last category, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the memory module. And to give away the trophy for this category, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Salil Warrior, Group Commercial Director, UBM India. Ladies and gentlemen, the channel champion for memory module category is Kingston. May I call upon Mr. Vishal Parekh, the Marketing Director, Kingston, to receive the trophy. Congratulations, Mr. Parekh. May I request you to speak a few words for us, sir?
Thank you everybody. Being the last category and last award for the night, I won't take much of your time. Just to thanks to CRN, thanks to channel partners for voting us. More than award, it's more like a pat on our back because we are just a little less than 5 years in India, though we are like 23 years across the globe. But 5 years in India, it's given us, it matters to the young team in Kingston, India, that we are on right track, and channel partners are believing in us. The faith in us is something which we would look forward. It's a long journey. We need your help to grow here. And thank you very much. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Parekh, and thank you, Mr. Warrior. With that, ladies and gentlemen, now this brings us to an end of today's CRN Champions Awards presentation. Once again, a loud applause for all the winners here. And now I would like to invite Mr. Salil Warrior, Group Commercial Director, UBM India, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, friends. Vishal actually gave a heads up that it's close to 9 and yeah, time to wind up, I guess. Before that, I would like to thank all your partners, vendors who actually made it. Most of you have actually traveled from across different parts of the city to, be a part of this event. Thank you all. I must also, make a special mention of, two special partners who actually helped us, get this event organized. Thank you, EMC. Thank you, Quick Hill. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of this very, very special night. I'm sure the winners will be an ecstatic lot, and the winners have the added responsibility of sustaining the channel satisfaction and preference. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a loud applause for the winners and for the finalists of the CRN Channel Champion Awards 2010. And before we break, I'd like to request all the winners to come on stage for a group photograph. And yes, that would be a very special Kodak moment. So I'd like to request all the winners to kindly come forward on stage for the Kodak moment. That's a group photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a 3 cheers for all our winners? That would be hip hip, hip hip, and hip hip. Congratulations once again. And on behalf of CRN and UBM India, I'm your host Kavya signing off. We'll be followed by dinners and cocktails. And also we have a special announcement that there is Jain food counter there. So please help yourself and have a wonderful time. Thank you very much and good night.